Welcome to Uncharted Stories, where we dive into the untold tales shaping our world. Today, we're heading to India's northeast, to the troubled state of Manipur, where a group called Arambai Tenggol has risen from obscurity to infamy. Who are they? How did they get so powerful? And are they saving Manipur or tearing it apart? This is a journey into a story of culture, conflict, and controversy. Let's get started. Picture this. It's 2020 in Manipur, a state known for its lush hills and complex ethnic tapestry. A new group emerges called Arambai Tenggol, meaning dart-wielding cavalry in the Meitei language. Founded by Leishemba Sanajaoba, Manipur's titular king and a Raja Sabha member, they start as a cultural outfit. Their goal? Revive the ancient Sanamahai religion and Meitei identity, harking back to the days of the Kangla Fort kingdom. Sounds noble, right? But fast forward to 2023 and everything changes. Ethnic violence erupts between the Meitei majority and the Kuki tribes, and Arambai Tenggol transforms into a radical armed militia. How did this happen? Well, it's a mix of politics, youth power, and chaos. By April 2024, they're no small fry. Reports say they've ballooned to 60,000 members, spread across 60 units. That's up from just 12 units in June 2023. They've got uniforms, black t-shirts with Red Horseman logos, and weapons, lots of them. Over 6,000 guns looted from police stations during the 2023 clashes, according to some estimates. They're recruiting young Meiteis with fiery videos, think weapon displays and anti-Kuki slogans. And they're not just growing in numbers, they're flexing muscle. In January 2024, they summon every Meitei legislator to Kangla Fort. Yes, even the chief minister and Biren Singh, and make them sign a list of demands. That's power. So, what's their mission? On the surface, it's about Meitei pride. They want to protect their community, revive their culture, and push back against what they see as threats, like the Kuki tribes. Their demands are bold: delist Kukis from the scheduled tribes list, deport refugees to Mizoram, fence the Manipur-Myanmar border. They're also big on cultural policing, urging Meiteis to ditch foreign brands and wear traditional clothes. But here's where it gets messy. They're not just talking, they're acting. And their actions? Violent. Kuki groups accuse them of leading attacks, mass killings, arson, you name it, since the conflict kicked off in May 2023. They've even clashed with Assam rifles. This isn't just culture anymore. It's war. Now, let's talk politics, because this is where it gets juicy. Arambai Tenggol didn't rise in a vacuum. They've got friends in high places, namely Chief Minister Biren Singh and their founder, Sanajaoba. Biren's been accused of giving them a free pass. Police officers have told reporters, off the record of course, that there's no political will to stop them. Why? Some say Biren's using them as a tool, a weapon to push his Meitei first agenda and keep power in a state on edge. Sanajaoba's no bystander either. He hosted their oath-taking back in 2022. And Biren? He's met with them, signed their demands. It's a cozy relationship, but it's got people asking, is this about protection or politics? One moment really sums up their clout: the Kangla Fort incident. Kangla's this historic site, sacred to Meiteis, and Arambai Tenggol's made it their stage. In September 2023, they're waving Salai Tarat flags there, symbols of Meitei dominance. But January 2024? That's the big one. They call over 30 MLAs to the fort, including Biren Singh, and get them to take oaths and sign those demands I mentioned. Some reports even say legislators were roughed up, pushed around by armed members. It's a power play, loud and clear. Arambai Tenggol isn't just asking, they're commanding. So how did they get this powerful? 3 things: politics, chaos, and youth. Politicians like Biren and Sanajaoba gave them legitimacy and maybe protection. The 2023 violence handed them weapons and a cause. And those viral videos? They tapped into angry, restless young Meiteis, turning them into foot soldiers. By April 2024, they're issuing diktats, like banning election campaigning in parts of Impal Valley. That's not a cultural group, that's a force. But here's the million-dollar question. Are they saving Manipur or destroying it? It's tricky. On one hand, they say they're defending Meiteis, reviving a culture that's been sidelined, giving their people a voice. And sure, they've sparked some pride, pushed traditions like Sanamahi worship. But the other hand, it's bloody. They're linked to abductions, like a police officer snatched in February 2024, extortion, and attacks on Kukis, Nagas, even some Meiteis who don't toe the line. Over 200 armed members stormed homes that same month, according to reports. Good deeds? Hard to find. Criminal acts? Plenty. They claim they're protectors, but they're spearheading a conflict that's tearing Manipur apart. Let's zoom in on Biren Singh's role here. Critics say he's weaponized them, let them run wild to stoke ethnic tensions, maybe to solidify his base. Police inaction backs this up. After that February abduction, no arrests. Some argue it's deliberate. Biren's fanning flames to keep power in a state where Meiteis dominate the valley and Kukis hold the hills. Others say he's just riding the tiger, trying to control a beast he helped create. Either way, it's a gamble, and Manipur's paying the price. So, where does this leave us? Arambai Tenggol's a paradox. They're a cultural revival gone rogue, a militia born from chaos, a political pawn with its own agenda. They've got 60,000 members, a stockpile of looted guns, and a grip on Imphal Valley. They're pushing Meitei identity, but at what cost? Ethnic divides are deeper than ever, violence is routine, and peace feels distant. Are they saviors? To some Meiteis, maybe. Destroyers? To Kukis and others, absolutely. The truth? Probably somewhere in between, tangled in politics and pain. As of April 2025, Arambai Tenggol's story is still unfolding. Will they fade or dig in deeper? Can Manipur heal with them in the mix? That's for time to tell. For now, they're a reminder. In a place as complex as Manipur, identity can be a spark or a wildfire. Thanks for joining me on this dive into their world. If you've got thoughts, drop them in the comments or hit us up on socials. This has been Uncharted Stories. See you next time.